In this video, we'll learn how to implement GET requests with Javalin. In order to test that, I recommend you download Postman tool if you don't already use it. You will use it in our future videos as well. It's incredibly handy for testing GET and POST requests. So if you don't have it and you want to follow along, just get it. It's completely free. Okay. Also, worth noting, I'll be sharing all the code from this tutorial on GitHub. So if you would like to just check out the latest code and kind of run it without maybe manually following along, feel free to find it on GitHub. It's called Javalin Cakes, as we'll implement sort of cake delivery service with Javalin, and that's the first part of it. Okay, so let's move Postman out of the way and let's start working with Javalin here. So I'm starting here with the Hello World service that I've shown in a previous video how to implement, and I have added couple. I've just added this SLF4J dependency that you would have seen in a previous video if you watched. If you have not, then you can add it yourself here. So what does it do at the moment? If I run that, and that should take very quick, under a second to start. If I run that, and if I then hit localhost 777 with my Postman tool, I'll see the Hello World. Okay, but that's not really much of a cake service. So let's get started. First of all, we're using Java, so I don't want to write everything in a single class. So I'll create a new class called Cakes Controller. Right, and how do you get it? How do you make it work in Javalin in such a lightweight framework? There is no dependency injection here, so we'll need to do it kind of manually. I'll make that class final, so I don't want anyone to be extending it, and I'll create a private constructor that will prevent anyone from initializing that class. So let's create a list of cakes that we want to be serving, available cakes, and let's go with a carrot cake, one of my favorite, chocolate cake, and maybe cheesecake. That seems quite popular as well. Cheesecake. Okay. So how do we serve them? Well, let's implement a method called getAllCakes. But yes, what do we need to accept with this method? Let's look at that hello world that we wrote here. So we have a handler here, this get handler. This is basically the get verb from the web. And at the moment, there is a lambda here that just returns hello world. Obviously, that's not what we want. Instead of having a lambda, we would rather have a cakes controller service that. So let's put cakes controller here and get all cakes. But hold on, we don't, this one says we don't have the method. So let's get IntelliJ to create it for us. And it actually gives us a clue what we need. All we really needed is a context from Javalin. So great, so that's that CTX that you have originally seen there. So how can we serve these cakes? Well, one way is to just take this context and try to do it the same way. So context dot result, and then you can do arrays to string and available cakes. So that basically turns this array of strings into a single string that can be then served via this result, because that only accepts string, it doesn't accept arrays. Okay, so with all that work done, let's run our service again. I'll restart it. Bring back the postman here. Make a call, and great, yes, we see carrot cake, chocolate cake, and cheesecake. But there are a couple of things that I would like to add here. So first of all, I don't really like this arrays to string. That just feels, you know, kind of old-fashioned. This day everyone's working with JSON, or so it seems. And Javalin provides you the ability to actually return JSON constructed based on an object. Well, how does it do that? Let's try running it and let's see. Okay. Will it work now? Send. No, it does not work, and it tells us very explicitly it's missing dependency to Jackson, which is really good in a way, because you can manually manage that dependency. You know, it's a micro framework. It's meant to be lightweight. If you are using Spring Boot, it would have wired that for you, but here it's very, very explicit. Everything you're using, everything you're doing. So we're going to be using a Jackson library, which is a very common, very popular Java library for converting objects into JSON. So okay, we added the library. Let's run again. Let's restart that. And let's see if we get our cakes in JSON format now. Okay. Send again. Perfect. Carrot cake, chocolate cake, and cheesecake. And content type is set to application JSON. So that's another nice thing about Postman, that you can inspect headers, for example. Okay, so we have the basic getter, but what if we want to give an ability for the clients to actually choose a special cake? You know, let's say they want something specific rather than just a cake. First of all, let's change this to cakes. Here we don't have to, but it will be a bit nicer. And now let's make cakes special. So this is a path parameter we're providing here that will be able to use then in serving that special cake. So let's go get special cake. Again, I really like using IntelliJ shortcuts, and I think you can speed up by using them. So if you press Alt Enter here, you can create method get special cake, and it's ready here for you. So how do we implement it? Well, we can just iterate through the list of cakes here. We could have done it in Java 8 style, but let's do it like that for now. And then if our cake contains that special instruction, we're going to return that cake. So how do we access that special instruction? We need to go to get the context, path parameter, and we called it special. So let's go, we need to use the same word here. Okay, so if that's the case, let's return context result. I'm not going to return JSON, I'm just going to return that word, that single cake here. And we can finish execution. If we did not find anything, let's return result. Not return. Let's go context dot result and no cake found. Sad face, right? I mean, we're disappointing our customers. Okay, so fair bit of work done here. We have the no cake found, we have the special cake that we're going to look for. No red here. I think we can run it again and we can try if we can get that special cake. First of all, we change the path to cakes for all cakes, so we should still get the all cakes, correct. Let's now try to get, well, my favorite, let's try to get carrot cake. Great, you know, we looked for a cake with carrot and we got it. And let's look for something that we maybe don't have. A cake with apples, maybe? Let's see. Boom, no cake found, unfortunately. So yes, there you go. That's how you can implement path variables and getters in Javalin. And you can do it, you know, still kind of creating separate classes rather than having everything in one big file, if you so wish. I mean, you can go either way. So this is enough for this lesson. In the following lessons, I will tell you how to implement post requests, and we'll talk a little about different kind of filters that you can use in Javalin, something like before and after. These are actually called handlers in Javalin, so let's use the correct terminology here. Great, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, and if you want to stay up to date with all these Javalin videos, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.